What's up everyone, this is NyhlekDreams, and today we're having a look at what seems to be the first viable Axe hero loadout. And prior to the hero rework, this wasn't possible. There wasn't a build that you could put together that actually made Axes worth using, but with some changes there was actually one way that you can make it to where you can use an axe and actually have enough damage output to make it worth, being able to put a loadout together and have fun with axes. Now, I do want to go ahead and leave a disclaimer that there are no current axe buffs in the game to like a damage boost. The only one is from Fiona here. So if you don't have Fiona, unfortunately you won't be able to do this build. And another unfortunate thing is that Fiona is not available in the game right now. The only possible way to get her, I believe, is with vouchers. So hopefully people have one left over to be able to try out this axe build, because I'm going to tell you right now, it has been so much fun and the damage has actually really surprised me. But we're going to go ahead and jump right into this loadout and show you guys what we're working with. Now we'll go ahead into the heroes and take a look at Fiona, and we'll start with her abilities. She's got Smoke Bomb, Throwing Stars, and Dragon Slash, and this is what is going to basically make up her build right here, the anatomy lessons. This was a support perk prior to the rework, but they did a huge buff to it that if you're actually using Fiona in your primary, you're going to be increasing that crit rating with swords, axes, and scythes by 45. So it's going to skyrocket that critical hit chance. And since that works with all swords, axes, and scythes, this is what makes it viable to be able to use an axe with this. Now, before we head into the hero loadout itself, I do want to pause and go take a look at what I believe to be the best axe. I won't run through all of them. There are different choices, so you guys can choose what you want if you're going to be running this build, which one suits you better. But this is the one that I believe puts out the most damage. So we'll go ahead and back out here and head over to the schematics, and there's actually two that I want to show you, both of which are the same in terms of damage stats, but there is one that gets a slight advantage over the other. The first is the Storm Chaser's Revenge, and then the other is going to be here in the backpack. It is called the Vacuum Tube Axe. These are both the same in terms of damage stats. They pull the same damage numbers. However, the reason that the Vacuum Tube pulls ahead is because these Vacuum Tube weapons have an innate stun. If you read this here, slow swinging axe that is also good at stunning enemies. That is the reason that the Vacuum Tube Axe has a slight advantage over the Storm Chaser's Revenge. However, they are both the same in terms of the base damage stats over here on the left. Now, you'll notice that the crit rating chance is at 42%. This is the reason that the axes will be viable, because of Fiona actually boosting that crit rating. However, this tooltip is like many others in the game that are currently bugged, like Sledgehammer and Beetlejuice. This does not display the correct amount. This 42.5% is actually the result of only 15 crit rating from like a support of Fiona. It's not the full 45 that she should be giving with the Commander perk plus. With the full 45 crit rating, I would have to guess that this would probably be closer to your mid 50s. So this is actually going to be pushing you over the threshold, allowing you to be able to run a double crit damage build to really take advantage of those crits. But I just wanted to show you real quick the stats of the axes that I believe are the best in the game, and so we can go ahead and head back over into the loadout and look at the rest of it here. For our team perk, we've got Bio Energy Source, which is just every time you lose some energy, you're going to recover that shield, and this is pretty good for ninjas as they're up in the fight and they'll be able to use their abilities to replenish that shield while they're fighting. And we can go ahead and head into the support team. We've got Utility Belt, which decreases Smoke Bomb cooldown by 18%. Corrosive Strikes, melee critical hits apply 30% snare and affliction, which deals 37% damage each second for 3 seconds. Tail of the Dragon, Dragon Slash leaves behind an energized trail, which deals 18 base energy damage per second. Medicinal Fumes to get a heal off of Smoke Bomb for you and your allies. And then we have Assassination, which we'll use to stack up a raw damage bonus for melee hits. Now, as I said before, there are no direct boosts to axe damage. There's basically only the Anatomy Lessons crit rating, so that's all you're going to be getting in terms of a boost directly to axes. And then Corrosive Strikes being able to give you an affliction that ticks off of the melee critical hits. So these are kind of the two things that are going to support an axe build. And before we head in, we're going to go ahead and go over the gadgets. You can run Slow Field and Adrenaline Rush. You can switch these up as you see fit. I just prefer Slow Field and the Adrenaline Rush to be able to save in a situation where I'm about to die. But we can go ahead and jump right into this gameplay and finally get some hype around these axes that we've never been able to use. Now, you're mainly going to be focusing on trying to get miss monster kills with this build, as the damage is certainly viable enough to do that. It definitely has the ability to kill blasters and smashers quick enough, assuming that you crit, and it was built around that crit chance in the first place, so you're definitely seeing them crit quite often. being able to just, you know, go in and actually have fun with an axe for once is another level of fun to the game that I didn't know would be possible until they actually brought an axe hero. But with the changes that the rework brought, just kind of making things viable in ways that we wouldn't have really known, it's definitely something that's a positive. I think that this is probably the best patch that they've had in Fortnite. The recombobulator was certainly great, but this is definitely one of the better fun factors of the game. Just being able to go around and play what kind of style that you want and actually tap into some weapons that never actually got the dust, you know, shaked off of them. They were just kind of sitting there in your storage and your vault not being able to be used. So I really am proud of Epic for this one. Just seeing what they've done and the ability to take whatever kind of personalization into the game that you want. It's really brought a new perspective to the game. For me personally, I love what they've been doing, and I just hope that they continue. And I can't imagine what this build is going to be like when they actually come out with some focus to the axe damage itself. While they do have the crit rating here with Fiona, a lot of the assault rifle builds, as well as like pistol and shotgun builds, even the new sniper builds, they've got somewhat of a crit damage focus to them that allows them to really boost that damage. So maybe later versions of the hero rework are going to offer us a boost to the axe damage, or maybe like spear damage. I know that they've got some spear heavy efficiency, or heavy attack efficiency rather, that's going for them right now. So I hope that they can do something for axes as well, and just keep on implementing stuff into the game that's going to make the livelihood of the game come back and just have everyone really enjoy what they're doing with the changes. But there are certainly still some things remaining that could be added into the game that would be able to bring a fun factor like this axe loadout that might make a weapon that never was really looked at or, you know, built around viable enough to actually have fun with. And I just can't wait to see what they're going to be trying to implement. They did say that this was only the first iteration of the hero rework, so I can only hope that they have more to come and that they're going to be adding more into the game as time goes on. But that's about it for this video. If you guys like this, please let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear your feedback because I had a blast running this hero loadout. I absolutely loved being able to pick up an axe for the first time and save the world. Before, there was no way that you could actually make an axe worth using. No way to make it viable to see the sense in actually leveling up a schematic. So this definitely brings a new playstyle, and I'm hoping that it sparks some inspiration in other people to maybe go make a loadout that they would have never thought to build before. But let me know about those loadouts, guys, because I'm really still interested in hearing what you guys are learning about the game and the fun builds that you guys might be coming up as well. And I just want to thank you all for watching. I'll see you in the next one.